Welcome, everybody. Mike Martinez. And today, I want to share with you something that a lot of people fall into when they're trying to make a change. And it's something that's common, but it's something that is such a critical point, and it's just a little turn of the knob. It's just a little bit, a little shift of the idea that can make your next 12 months, they can make your next 36 months, they can make your next 60 months, 5 years, in an incredible, incredible adventure and a life where you are living your dreams. So stick around. We're going to get right into it.
Prepare for launch. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys, Mike Martinez. You know what? Uh, One of the biggest things that stumbles people when they're going out there and they are looking to create the life that they want, and this is critically important, guys. You know why? Because chances are you're hitting against this wall. You're hitting against this wall, and the reason why you're hitting against this wall is because your mind is always going back to yesterday, right? Your mind is always living in the past. Stanford University did a very interesting study. That study was done in between the 70s and the 90s, and it was, a 20-year study done by Professor Freebrum. You can find some information online about it. But the study said that the average, humans get 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, right? 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Now, what's really remarkable about this, the study brought back some really interesting findings, but the fact that 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, that by itself was like mind blowing, right? What is that? How could that be possible? 60,000 thoughts, right? 80,000 thoughts? You're kidding me. But here's what they found that's even more remarkable. 85% or more of those thoughts are happening subconsciously. 85% or more of those thoughts are happening with things that you thought about the day before. So you're constantly in this loop of thinking about and acting in a way where you acted yesterday. Now, here's the thing. If you did not achieve your goals, if you did not get closer to your goals, if you made a mistake yesterday and you are continuing to do that, right? Because you're just falling into the same thing. This is where you have that hitting of the wall, right? This is where you're going out there and you are making a mistake of not deliberately changing things. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. You got the past, you got the present, you got the future. If you're constantly focused on the past, if you're constantly repeating the past, you're never going to change something in the present, and therefore you're never going to change something in the future, right? What you are doing today is what's going to determine tomorrow. But if you're doing today based on yesterday, then you're going to keep repeating this same cycle, same cycle, same cycle. You were broke yesterday and you were not successful in your business yesterday and you were having a terrible time with your family life or your spouse or your relationship yesterday, and you're doing this today. Guess what, guys? That continues that cycle in the future. So you have to kind of detach yourself from yesterday. And I know that's very difficult, but it's a conscious, deliberate action. It's a conscious, deliberate thought. And this is why it's so challenging to do new things, right? You want to understand that, you know what? When I do something that repeats yesterday's actions, I'm going to repeat yesterday's results today. And when I repeat yesterday's results today, I'm going to just go over and repeat the I'm not going to accomplish what I want to accomplish in the future. So what I'm telling you is this: you need to throw away the past. You need to deliberately say, I'm going to do something different today. Now, guess what? The good thing is that if you constantly do something deliberate today, then that becomes your yesterday, right? That becomes what you did yesterday. Now, remember, 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, most of which are subconscious. So if you want to change tomorrow, then you got to change what you're thinking about today. And you have to do that deliberately. You got to do that consciously. You got to do that in a way where, you know what? Uh, you have determined the formula that you want for tomorrow. Now, you can't focus too much on the future, although the future has a certain part, right? What you do today, you got to kind of design the future. And so you have to put a certain amount of attention into the future. But what I'm telling you is for yesterday, you want to disregard yesterday. Here's the bottom line: the past does not equal the future. And that's where we're stuck. We're stuck in the idea of, you know what, I've never really been successful in business. I've never really had a good family relationship. I've never really had a good romantic relationship. I've never really been healthy, right? And when you go back into that past, you are determining that that's your future. You are already making that self-fulfilling prophecy that your future is going to be based on what you did in the past. And I'm telling you, that's rubbish. That is garbage. That is something that you've been conditioned to believe, but it's not the truth. Every single moment, this moment right now is different for you to start acting different from yesterday. You don't need to act like yesterday. You don't need to make the same mistakes you did yesterday. You can create a successful day today. And guess what? Creating a successful day at this moment is going to create a successful future for you as time goes by, right? Right now, this moment, if you're looking at this right now and your mind is taking some ideas, you're creating something for your future, right? You didn't see this yesterday, right? Hopefully. Maybe you did. Maybe you're repeating this. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Yesterday, those actions that you took yesterday are not going to, they don't necessarily have to build your future. What you do today in this moment, this is the most important time. This moment, the present moment, is what's creating your future. And you have to be very deliberate about that. You have to be very strategic about that. You have to know what it is that you want to create in the future. And you know what? This is the problem why so many people go out there and say, hey, I'm creating this New Year's resolutions. I'm going to be a different person come January 1st. Come January 5th, they don't even remember what they said. Right? Have you done that? A lot of people have. I know how I have. And it wasn't until I found a mentor. It wasn't until I said to myself, and this mentor said, listen, you know what? The past doesn't equal the future. If you want to change something, Mike, you got to go out there and create a new idea, because that past idea, I can't succeed in business. I don't have the wealth. I don't have the money. I don't have a home. I don't have the relationship. That past idea is not going to serve you now, and it's not going to serve you in the future. So it is up to you to deliberately change that. It's up to you to deliberately create that conscious thought that I'm going to change today. I'm going to do something different today, right? And again, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. You know, I talk about this a lot, but the fact of the matter is sometimes, you know, ideas don't stick unless you repeat them over and over. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Those 60 to 80,000 thoughts, think about that. 60 to 80,000 thoughts. Again, a lot of them are subconscious thoughts. So what does that mean, really? It means that your conscious mind is looking at those thoughts that you're doing, right? That you're reflecting on. And it's just evaluating it, because that's what the conscious mind does. It evaluates things. So you say, you know what, I'm a successful business person, because you never said that in the past, right? That was not part of your past ideas. In the past, you said, I just can't figure it out. I can't succeed. I can't do this. I can't do the other. But you know what? We eliminate that. We get rid of that, and now we say, I'm a successful businessman. I attract the business that the people that I need to grow my business. And here's what happens: your conscious mind evaluates that and says, "You're not a successful businessman. Are you kidding me? When have you been successful? What proof do you have?" Right? It evaluates. That's the power of the conscious mind. It looks at things, it analyzes, it evaluates, it questions. What you have to do is constantly repeat the idea. Constant, remember, 60 to 80,000 thoughts. So how many thoughts do you need in order for it to transmit into the subconscious mind? You need to keep hitting it over and over and over again. And when you do, now it gets into the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind does not evaluate things. It does not question things. It does not analyze things. It just acts on what it is that you put there. So when you put an idea in your subconscious mind, it functions automatically, like your heart beating. When your heart beats, you're not thinking, all right, got to pump some blood around my body. All right, heart, let's do it. No, that's happening automatically, right? Your breathing mechanism happens automatically. A lot of, digestion, you don't eat and say, all right, I got to break down that bread and that ham and that cheese, whatever you ate, right? It all happens automatically. That's the power of the subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind is doing a gazillion different things, right? At one time, where the conscious mind really could just evaluate one thing at a time. But what it does is it evaluates because it's trying to protect you, right? The conscious mind doesn't allow things to get into the subconscious mind just like that, right? Because if that happened, you'd just go crazy, right? So it looks at things, it evaluates, it analyzes, it protects you. But you have the power to use the conscious mind through repetition to now take that past, throw that out, create the future that you want. This is the future here. Create the future that you want and start instilling those ideas in your conscious mind in the present time, right? This is the key, guys. This is the key. If you want to make the next 12 months ideal, if you want to make the 12 months the year that you say, man, this was the one that changed it, you got to throw away the past. You got to create a new future, even when your conscious mind doesn't accept it, even when your conscious mind is fighting you on it. You got to be deliberate and strategic about placing that over and over and over and over and over again. When you do that, eventually the subconscious mind will take it and act on it automatically. And now your future is created on an automatic basis, guys. It's happening now. Your future is being created based on the past. I'm saying be strategic, be deliberate about, be conscious about what you are putting in your present mind, in your conscious mind now, so that now it starts creating effortlessly your future. That's what the message is today. And if you want to create a better 2020 and beyond, if you want to create a time when you are, just moving effortlessly towards your future that you designed, not something that the government designed, not something that your parents designed, not something that the media designed, right? I'm telling you, if you do not choose your future, a lot of other people will direct your mind to make the future that they want for you. Now, you don't have to be that slave. You don't have to be that robot. You could be the person that's in control of your future. You know what? Right now, in the comments, put the past is the past. Put that down. The past is the past. Why you want to write that down? Because you want to tell your mind right now. This is a conscious thing that's going to start influencing your subconscious mind. The past is the past means that what you did in the past has nothing to do with the future. What has happened in the past is part of the past, And now, as of this moment, as of this time today, you're going to remind yourself that you are creating your future. You are creating what you want to see in the future by putting things in your conscious mind so that your subconscious could eventually usurp it, right? At some point, it's just going to dig into your subconscious mind, and then it's going to start working automatically. Your future is going to be created automatically. That's what you want to do. That's what so many people, that's where so many people go wrong. They focus on the past, they continue, that's all they know. Oh, you know what? I've never really been successful with money. I've never really been successful in a relationship. I've never really been athletic. I've never really been whatever. None of that counts. None of that makes a difference. If you decide, I'm going to design my life, I'm going to design my future by thinking correctly today. That's what it's all about. Write that down in the comments. I am thinking correctly today. Today is my day. Write that down. Today is my day. Write that down in the comments right now. I'm telling you guys, you know what? You got to start taking action. If you don't, you can't do a simple thing like writing something down on a comment. Are you going to take action? I mean, seriously. You gotta start with the little things. Today is my day. Today is my day. Write that down in the comments right now. Write that down below. Today is my day. Mike, today is my day. I'm going to make this day today the day that I start controlling my mind. I'm going to control my conscious mind so that my subconscious mind will start creating my future automatically. You have the power. But you got to let go of the past. You got to control the future. You got to use your subconscious mind so that it starts taking in what you are deliberately putting there and moving you into a better future. It happens automatically, guys. You know what? You are going to be shocked once you see that your subconscious mind picks this up, right? Guess what, guys? You know what? I don't know if you ever thought of this, but you know, you look at somebody that dances good. They don't think about dancing. They just go with the music, right? They just go and they know how to move because their subconscious mind at some point accepted the idea that I'm a great dancer. Oh man, I can move my hips. I could get into the music. I could, right? The same thing is true with a person that doesn't dance. Their subconscious mind accepted the idea. I just don't look good dancing, right? You know people like that. You might be one of them. You're either one of the people that feels you could dance good, or one of the people that feels you can't dance good, right? So you have the power to control that. You have the power to change that. You have the power to say, you know what, I thought I couldn't dance, but actually I enjoy dancing. I enjoy, synchronizing myself with the music and letting my body go, right? And because of that, again, conscious mind is going to fight you a little bit. You got to stick with it, right? This is the key. You can't just go and attempt to put an idea to the subconscious mind and then just walk away, right? It doesn't happen like that. 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, 85% of thoughts you had yesterday. That idea, I can't dance, is going to come back. You got to go and break through that. You got to go and dig into the subconscious mind. How do you do it? Repetition, 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 or hypnosis. Hypnosis is the other thing. But you go out there and that's what you do. You go out there and you start drilling consciously, deliberately, the future that you want to create. And I'm telling you, you could create an entirely new future. The next 12 months can be of your choosing instead of the choosings of your educational system, of your religion, of your parents, of the government, of media, of big business. You could. I'm telling you guys, you either control this present moment, you control the ideas that are coming into this present moment, or there's going to be another entity, another environment, another organization that's going to come in there and control your thinking. And by doing it today, by controlling your thinking today, they will control your future. I'm saying you have the ability to do that. I'm saying the past has nothing to do with what's going on today. I'm saying if you can control, if you can deliberately put in your mind what you want to create in the future today, regardless of the resistance, persist in that idea, it's going to come to fruition in the future. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But it's up to you. Give me a like. Give me a comment. Say, Mike, you know what? I'm committed to changing this. Mike, you know what? The past is the past. Mike, you know what? Today is my day. You got to start with the little commitments. You got to start with the little actions. I'm telling you, it makes a world of a difference. If you haven't subscribed, guys, subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell so that you can get a new video every time I put one out. I'm going to be here with you for the next 12 months, and I want to see you succeed. I want to hear your story. I want to be part of your story. I want to hear how you took your mind and just absolutely transformed it and produce different results. And I'm telling you guys, when you get to the point where your subconscious mind is so riled up with these new ideas, it's just going to start producing automatically. And that is the key. Mike Martinez, subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. I'll be speaking to you soon.